was showing people the clip of Jimmy Kimmel, and it's all over the news now. That is
about me or
about you.
Oh, okay, great. That won't age well, will it?
Well, the one with the foil hat.
Oh, did they have that on the Jimmy Kimmel show?
Yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Excellent. So they're really making fun of me.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, they're making fun. They think that we're all nuts.
Oh, well, that's good. That won't age well.
No, I don't think so.
Trump's going to tear down the pin, and the pin is two things. But one of the things the pin is he's going to tear down. So they'll find out 174. Trust the plan 174. It's actually you'll find out 174. Trust the plan 174. POTUS winner 174. JFK Jr's promise 174. So they'll look like shit. Because what would you do if your dad was mutilated on the street just a couple blocks away? You think you'd go into hiding? Especially when your first cousin is Donald Trump, which they just said 6 days ago on MSLSD, as MSNBC. And they put up all their pictures, and they said that Joe Kennedy didn't die in World War II, which we knew, and that he was General Flynn's father, which makes Trump's first cousins with General Flynn, and it makes General Flynn and John first cousins. And then they found out that Mussolini was the grandson of Abraham Lincoln, and so was Trump's father, which was General George Patton. But you didn't learn any of that in school. You didn't learn the fact that JFK was the grandson of Abraham Lincoln. Didn't learn any of that in school. And Brian Stetler, who hates Trump, I mean literally hates Trump, is the one that did the article. Because Trump's in charge and forced him to do it. He would never do it. He would never tell the truth. That truth's never been told before. But we've been saying it on the Jesus Strand 1 and 2. And we told the Jesus Strand 1 and 2 back when we had that 6.5 hour phone call with Scott McKay we recorded. So that's how he blew Scott's head clean off his shoulders. We told him the truth. And that truth just got partially exposed on MSLSD 6 days ago.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. And very interesting is 210, which is General Donald J. Trump, 210.
So that would be evidence that the White Hats are in full control.
Absolutely.
If they're controlling the actual mainstream media program.
Yeah, and that's not going to age well for them because all I'm doing is telling the truth. I said that truth along with Sabrina Gal.
Yeah.
Because it was only just the two of us back then before we picked up Bryce and Toronto, which really Bryce talks about the Bibles, about how they're not what they say they are. And right. Toronto talks about how the Armenians in the land there is where the Jesus Strand bloodline came from and why they're under attack and, the whole history of Armenia and why the AB native bloodline comes from there. But it's myself and Sabrina Gal that tell the Jesus Strand story. And we've been telling it, we used to call it the $5 Benghazi story. Hey, let's tell the $5 Benghazi story because on the $5 bill is Abraham Lincoln, and he sent his kids to Benghazi. And if you want to know the whole truth, you'll have to go watch the Jesus Strand. And you can go watch it on the Sacred Blue Tent.
And we also have his...
Right. And we're the ones telling the truth. And they're the ones that are playing catch up because they're being forced to by Trump. He's forcing them to tell the truth. You can either play ball or you can get more garden fertilizer within the week.
The tribunals are that quick?
They've already had their tribunals. They've been chipped. Here's your phone. Here's your computer.
And do what you're told.
You want to play a game, 174? Not with the guy that's got 6 decks, because there's 6 trump cards.
Right.
Yeah. Everything's in threes
for maximum power.
for maximum power. And we know 4 of them for sure. And maybe 5, but don't know the 6th one yet, but we'll see. I mean, we know lots of stuff. We don't know if he's used it for a trump card. I haven't tried to do the Gematria on it to try and figure it out. It really doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
I mean, he's kicking their ass. There's no
Major.
ifs or buts about it.
Right. I noticed something on Google. Me and Trust was talking about it earlier. Because normally, if I put my name in Google, it's like on the 150 zillionth page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And now you put stuff in there, and it just comes up.
that's because we're in charge of the truth. The
We are
truth
the
is at the
news.
top. Yeah, they're not hiding anymore. Can't hide it.
They can't hide it.
No, I mean, it was um, it was oh, it was one of those Google reps that said, well, as soon as we, get 230 adjusted a little bit so it works a little better. What do you mean? So you get it adjusted a little better? 230 says you cannot censor the news. And so Faceplant is called Faceplant because they're going away. It was exactly 41 years from Executive Order 11110 on June 4th, 1963, to when LifeLog shut down. LifeLog was going to log your life, but they don't have to do it. You were going to do it for them. And it was June 4th, 2004 when Faceplant started. LifeLog, a DARPA, government program shut down.
And then Facebook comes out of nowhere.
And Faceplant started the exact same day. And all the propaganda movies and shows about how, they were trying to steal it from Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's name is Mark Greenberg. His name's not Mark Zuckerberg. He's a Rockefeller with his cousin, Edward Snowden. And he's got another cousin. I can't remember his name.
So Snowden is not good.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
I just said that's his cousin.
I didn't know that.
He's cousins with Bill and Hillary. They're first cousins, and they couldn't have a child together. Couldn't risk having a retard. So Webster Hubble stepped in and did the nasty for Bill. Just go look up Webster Hubble and Chelsea Clinton. Look at their pictures. Webster Hubble worked at the third oldest law firm in the United States called the Rose Law Firm in Mena, Arkansas, where Hillary and Bill were hanging out. And Webster Hubble is the father of Chelsea Clinton. And she was ugly as hell. And she had lots of, she looked like Webster, and he's ugly. So they had lots of plastic surgeries to make her look more like Bill. And it doesn't, the truth doesn't hide.
I mean, what would you want him to look like Bill? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Damn,
she's Gitmo Garden fertilizer too. She's a Satanist witch also, like her mother, who's also Gitmo Garden fertilizer.
So, in terms of the tribunals, are we ever going to get a chance to see these guys? Their day in court.
I think they're going to save Oprah because she fooled so many women. I think they're going to show Oprah on trial because she's trafficking children in Africa. I mean, her buddy John of God or whatever, he's been arrested for child trafficking a couple of years ago. There's Oprah handing up little starlets to what was Steen? What was his name? On the Pound Me Too movement, because on your phone it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 *0 pound. It was Pound Me Too, not hashtag Me Too. It's Pound Me Too, because 90% of the world knows it as the pound sign. Pound Me Too movement. That's how sick these people are. Bernstein. She'd feed up little starlets to Bernstein. Because everybody had to go, if you wanted to be in the movies, you had to go through that pig. So, and Hillary's just a woman with makeup on, trying to make her look like a woman, and she's a pig. We got a couple pigs working together. It's terrible. And so these people can say whatever they want on the tele-live vision. The president does talk in code, and it's intelligent design. And everything in the front of the Smithsonian is going in the garbage can. and everything in the back they've been keeping from you is going to the front. Everything's a lie. Everything. I don't give a crap what it is. Religion is going to die. Faith is going to fly. And all that evolution crap in the front is going in the garbage can. Everything in the back they've been keeping from you is coming to the front. Period. You heard it here. Fact, fact, fact. Fry me if it's not true.
I think you should believe everything he says. That's what I'm going to. That's what I'm going to get. That's what I'm going to say.
Charlie Freak, he got it. He was the first one to really get it. We did a 6-hour show with Charlie. Nobody does a 6-hour show. I kept looking at my watch going, God, should I really go down this rabbit hole? And I thought, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. So I'd go down the rabbit hole and I'd look at the watch and go, man, we're 3 hours in. Should I go down this rabbit hole? Yeah, let's do it. So we just kept going and going. By the time it was over, it was like 6 hours and 5 minutes or something like that. And if you watch the last half hour of that show, you'll understand he gets it. He gets it and tells it straight to your face. Charlie gets it. He understands. And it's hard for me to say what he's going to say because it's not my place to say. Just like it's not Trump's place to say what we think about him. Other people will say it. He knows who he is. I know who I am. I know the role he's playing. I know the role I'm playing. And I'm just telling the truth and telling it with facts and telling it with Gematria. Because at first, with a name like Negative, it's not exactly the easiest name for people to want to follow. Not knowing that 48 is evil because none of them know the cipher. So I'm negative evil, negative 48. And they don't want to. I mean, the Q drops are just a big giant code. Everything's code. Everything's coded. Well, it's Q drop 40. It's just AS1 CS26 tells you right there in Q drop 40. And it's connected to other posts. It gets complicated, but people are figuring out all these other codes. But everybody's giving me shit for figuring out the code that's Q drop 40. And it's simple. Michael Jackson told you. A, B, C, T is just 1, 2, 3. So it's not complicated. The back 90% of your brain knows the truth. It's the front 10% that people have a problem with. And the people that are saying, fuck Trump and all that stuff, the back 90% of their brain knows the truth. It's the front half they're fighting with. They're not fighting with you. They know the truth, but they just refuse to accept it. So Trump derangement syndrome 307, nothing can stop what's coming 307. And there's other 307s. There's a 316, nothing can stop what is coming 316. It's different than nothing can stop what's coming 307. Spellings matter. And obviously the most famous Bible verse there is John 3:16. Probably ought to look it up and see what it says, because that's what's taking place. Fact. I mean fact, fact, fact.
Yo, this is true. I'm a witness. I am a witness. It's all true. That's what I'm going to say.
There's nothing else to say. I said, wake up, realize that A is 1, C is 26, and Trump is speaking in that code. And he's telling you a story, which is what the Great Awakening is all about. And he said he's right, 218. He didn't put the 218, but that's what it comes to. And Michael Brian Prosper's 218. And I have a meeting I got to go to. So I got a jet, but he's telling you the Q drops tell you what the Great Awakening is all about. And that's what I say on my channel and in Gematria. And I just haven't been saying much to anybody lately for a reason. I'll tell you why later. But it's definitely not hiding from the prostitutes, the whores for the 1% globalist pimps that have everything totally wrong, 100% totally wrong, and all 100% totally right. You'll find out 174. Trust the plan 174. Who said so? Exactly. Michael Pross 174. That's who. Talk to you later. See you later, Truss.
What do you want to bring today? What are you gonna say? What do you want to do to bring about this change?